Hey everyone, I'm Sophia with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Agree to disagree is a phrase commonly used to end an argument or discussion without disrupting the status quo. Many would say that there are situations where it's useful. But St. Francis de Laval, whose feast day we celebrate today, wouldn't say such a thing. Francis was born in northern France in 1623. His family wasn't wealthy, but they had a noble heritage and were strongly religious. He received the tonsure before he was 10 and later became a canon of the Cathedral of Évreux. Francis was inspired by the story of his patron saint Francis Xavier and hoped to complete his education and become a missionary. Unfortunately, the untimely deaths of his father and two older brothers made him head of the family, forcing him to return home. Though several members of his family told him he should abandon his religious career, he was not dissuaded. He skillfully resolved his family's financial problems and yielded his position as family head so that he could return to his studies, becoming a priest and archdeacon in 1647, a position in which he flourished. Around this time, French colonization of North America was in full swing, and the burgeoning colonies of New France were in desperate need of ecclesiastical guidance. A strong bishop had to be appointed to the area, and Francis, who had already proven himself a talented and level-headed administrator, was chosen for the task. This appointment caused a great stir. A growing population of Jansenists in New France didn't want the Orthodox Church to have any influence in their territories and tried to prevent Francis from departing for his new diocese. He remained calm in the face of their threats, earning the respect of King Louis XIV, and with the monarch's support, traveled to New France. When he arrived, Quebec City was in disarray. The Iroquois were warring off the colonists, travel and trade were restricted, and the clergy were scattered. Francis was not discouraged, though. He traveled about on foot, speaking to the people simply, and living in a hospital so that he could assist with the care of the injured. It wasn't long before most of the populace admired and respected him. No matter the difficulty he was faced with, Francis remained calm and charitable, yet steadfast in the face of misdemeanor. He drove out heresies like Jansenism and also realized that excessive drinking was rampant, so he forbade the sale of brandy, threatening excommunication for any who broke the rule. Some authorities, including the governor of New France, opposed Francis's initiative, especially the restrictions on alcohol, which had been very profitable. Francis returned to France for a time, and with the approval of King Louis, won greater authority over the management of his diocese, which he exercised to bring about a wave of positive reform. He continued his work until 1688, when poor health forced him into retirement. He died in 1708. Many people in our world today would like to believe that everyone should be free to do as they please without judgment, that if you're a good person, you'll let people live the way they want to. Francis understood that this view was no different from apathy, and that if we really care for the people around us, we should be willing to intervene in their lives. St. Francis de Laval, pray for us.